Everybody wants results overnight, but nobody wants to go through the process. And trusting the process isn't just a mindset. It's the only way to win. It's the only way to get to where you want to get to. It's the only way to do what it is you want to do. But you have to understand that everything is a process and everything is a journey, and we have to go through the ups and the downs and the lefts and the rights and the bumps in the road and the roadblocks to get to where we want to get to. But you have to trust the process to keep going. I know it's not easy, and I know it's not simple, and I know life can throw some craziness at you and you got to deal with some madness, but you will get through it. You just really have to trust the process. There's always a process, and what's meant to be will be. And as long as you have an idea or a vision or some sort of direction that you're just going down that path, a lot of things are going to come in your way down that path. A lot of things will stop you. A lot of things will make you angry. A lot of things will make you furious. A lot of things will make you happy. A lot of things will make you sad, but it's all part of the journey, and you have to go down and you have to go through all those emotions. You have to go through all the roadblocks to get to the end, and it will all make sense. It might not make any sense right now, but what's meant to be will be, and you really just have to trust the process. You have to think of everything that comes your way as something that's trying to teach you a lesson or benefit you in some way. So it could be something bad that came up, but try to find the good in it. Try to take the lesson away from it. Try to turn negative things into positive lessons. Whatever happens, you'll figure it out. Whatever happens, you'll learn from it. Whatever happens, you'll make sure you can do everything in your power to make it not happen again. But it's all part of the process, and it's all part of the journey, and we all have to go down it. And it's a different one for every person, so you can't be comparing yourself to anyone. You can't think that your journey or your process is easier than someone else's. You can't think that yours is better than someone else's, because everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own lane, and what's meant to be is going to be. There's only so much that you can control, so any little thing that you can control, I want you to control it. Any little thing that's in your ability to take care of and do, then you have to do it, because everything else, whatever you can't control, you can't do anything about it. So everything else that's left is what we kind of just have to let go and just let it be, and whatever comes from it comes from it. But what we can control is what we're going to take care of and what we're going to hold on to, and make sure that we do our best that we can to make it go down the path that we need it to go down. And you just have to make sure that you're willing to take those steps. You're not going to give up after the first hardship. You're not going to give up after the first bad thing happens. You're not going to give up after maybe you lose some money in an investment, or you maybe make a bad call in something. That is life, and it's going to happen, because nobody's perfect and nobody knows what's going to happen in anything. Growth takes time, and that's just that. Whatever it is you want to grow in or whatever it is you want to be good at, it takes time. Anything worth having, like success, fitness, money, it will take time. And you got to think of it like a seed. When you plant the seed, you don't dig it up every day to take it out and check it, or you don't dig it up every day to take it out and throw it away. You plant it, and then you water it. You give it sunlight. You take care of it. You give it nutrients and food to watch it grow and grow and grow. And over time, once you trust the process of giving it water, giving it nutrients, giving it sunlight, whatever it is, it will grow. And that's what we have to think of ourselves as. You water it and you trust that it will grow and it will sprout. So for us, you have to build and build and build and trust the process, and know that at the end of the building, you will grow. And guys, the small steps add up. A lot of people quit because they don't see success right away, or they don't see results right away. But every little thing that you do, it compounds and it builds up and it adds together and it compounds and it compounds and it keeps going. Every single time you learn a new skill, every single time you learn a new lesson, every time you learn this, every time you do that, every time you try this, the further you go down the journey, the more you're growing and the more the ball is rolling. And as the ball keeps rolling and getting bigger, that's when you're going to see the changes, and that's when you're going to see the progress. And that's when your little ball that you started off with is going to be a ginormous ball. And that's what we have to know, and that's what we have to do to learn and to keep going. It's not going to be immediate results, but growth happens over time, and you have to let it compound. No matter what it is, the more you leave it, the bigger it's going to get. You have to let it compound. You're either building or you're breaking momentum. So stay consistent to keep building. It's all about building, and it's all about keep going. You guys know I always say slow motion is better than no motion. So you have to stay consistent and keep going, because the more you keep going, the more it's going to grow, the more you're going to get better, and the more you're going to get closer to what it is you're trying to achieve. And guys, I know it might be hard, but struggles are part of the journey. I'm going to say that again. Struggles are part of the journey. If it was easy and if it was straightforward, every single person would be doing it. Every single person would have already done it, and this wouldn't even be a conversation right now. But struggles are part of the journey. If something comes in your way and it stops you, it's not a sign to stop or quit. It's a sign to figure out how to get past it and continue growing, to continue going. There's no such thing as, oh, this happened, so that means I have to stop. Or, oh, that didn't work, so then I stopped and quit. That's not the mindset we should have, and that's not the right way to think of things. And sometimes it will feel like you're going nowhere. Sometimes it will feel like you're not sure what you're doing or why you're doing it, but you just have to do it. That's going to happen. It's part of the journey, it's part of the process, and it's part of learning and growing. So it's not a sign that it's never gonna work, and it's not a sign for you to quit or give up. It's a sign for you to figure it out and keep going. It's a sign that you're actually doing the right thing, because if you weren't doing the right thing, you would never have a problem. But because you're doing the right thing, so problems are starting to arise, because it's never going to be that easy. And when those problems arise, you take them down, you persevere, you fight through it, and you go on to the next. And then that's when controlling the controllable kicks in. There is a lot of things on this world and in this planet and in our lives that you cannot control. So the few things that you can control, you want to make sure you're grabbing it and you're controlling it and you're making sure you're using it to your best advantage, because you can control it. So if you can control it, why wouldn't you control it to help you, or why wouldn't you control it to be in your favor? So you can't control timing, but you can control your discipline. You can control your effort. You can control your consistency. You can't change time. So obviously that's nothing we can touch, or that's nothing we can do anything about, because time's going to keep going whether we like it or not. But the things that you can control, why wouldn't you control them to take advantage of it? Make sure you're staying on top of yourself. Make sure you got good self-discipline. Make sure you're staying consistent. Make sure you're putting good effort in everything that you do, because if you're just going down the journey and you're half-assing everything and you're doing this poorly and you're doing this badly, it's not going to pay off. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be what you want it to be. But if you're going 100%, you're giving it all your effort. I know it might be tiring and it might be hard, but if you're going to do something, you want to do it right. And if you want to get to where you got to get to, you got to make sure you're doing what you got to do. You got to make sure you're doing it right. Like, there's no questions asked. If you're going to do something, you do it right. If you're half-assing it, then that means you don't care enough about it, and that means you shouldn't even be doing it in the first place. But because you do care about it, and because you actually really want it badly, you're going to do it right. So make sure you control what you can control. Detach from the outcome and fall in love with the process. You got to fall in love with the grind. You got to fall in love with the hustle. You got to fall in love with the day-to-day figuring this out and running here and doing that and coming here and doing that. You got to love that. Detach from the end goal. When you do all those things, it will take you to the end goal. But you can't be focusing on the end goal, because then you're never going to get out of your head about what you got to do, when you got to do it, how you got to do it. You got to just fall in love with the journey, fall in love with the process, and the return on all the things that you're doing will be that outcome or that end goal that you're trying to reach. So guys, your time is coming if you don't quit. I'm going to say that one more time. Your time is coming if you don't quit. The only way you fail, the only really possible way you can fail, is if you stop. If you stop tomorrow, you failed. Because nothing is going to come out of it. You're not even going to keep going or trusting the process or going down the journey or figuring nothing out, because you just quit and you stopped. So you have to trust the process. You cannot quit. That is the only way you will fail, if you quit. Guys, I say it in all my videos, just remember, slow motion is better than no motion. To get to anywhere we want to get to, or to do anything we want to do, there is a process and there is a journey. It's never overnight. It's never simple. Yeah, there might be the odd here and there luck where, you know, someone starts a YouTube channel and then one video overnight blows up. Obviously, that's going to happen. It's not impossible, but it's very unlikely. And we got to understand that we have to control what we can control. And getting views overnight is not something we can control. But continuing to put effort into our videos, continuing to make more videos, continuing to keep going, that is what we can control. And that's what will help us win, and that's what will take us to where we want to get to. So remember, trust the process. It's not going to be easy, but that's why we're here. That's why we're talking about it. That's why we're better understanding and acknowledging that it's not going to be easy. There's going to be challenges. We got to go through it, though, to get to the next step. And we always got each other if we need anyone. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm trying to build a channel where we have a community of like-minded people that, you know, we can build together and grow together and be the best version of ourselves together, as opposed to kind of just going through it by yourself, feeling alone, feeling stuck, and kind of thinking that no one else is going through it. Because guys, everyone goes through the same doubts and the same process and the same headaches and the same heartaches when they're trying to get to where they want to get to. It's not easy. It can feel very lonely. It can feel like no one wants you to win. It can feel like no one's cheering for you. No one's applauding for you. But you got to know that your applaud for yourself has to be so strong that it overpowers and it overtakes everyone and everything. Your mindset has to be strong. Your heart has to be strong. You got to know it in you that you can take over and take on and do all the things that you want to do. But it all starts with just starting, and then it all starts with trusting the process. So if you trust the process, it will all add up and make sense at the end. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys appreciate that. I hope you guys listen to what I'm saying, because you are capable of doing everything and anything you want to do. You just got to do it. And then once you start doing it, you got to trust the process that you're going to get to where you want to get to. It's not going to happen quick. It's not going to be easy, but you will be able to get to where you want to get to if you keep going and you trust the process. And that's going to be it. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure you press that like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns. And I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.